Today, we are going to talk about the 15-minute morning routine that has quite literally changed my life. If you're wondering why I'm always able to turn up to these lives at 6 p.m. with so much drive, so much vigor, so much energy, it is quite literally because of this morning routine. Because what this morning routine does is not just wake me up fast, but it gives me more energy. And energy is a funny one because if you have enough of it, you can use it to bend time. Okay? Think about it this way. You and I both have the same number of units of time in a day. There are 1,440 minutes of time in a day. We cannot change that. But if I have twice as much energy as the next man walking down the street, I can get twice as much done. Now, in a day, that might not look like much, but think about how that's going to compound over days, weeks, months, years, even decades. I'm going to be light years ahead of that person. The trajectory of my entire life is going to be completely different to the other person. And honestly, it all comes from that morning routine. Why? Because our morning routine gives us the momentum. If we can tick off a couple of hard things early in the day, it makes everything else so much easier to accomplish. So the goal of your morning routine is to make it quick, is to get you up, get you energized, and get you moving as fast as possible. Remember in the sleep video we talked about, was it 2 days ago now? We talked about that cortisol awakening response. And some people, including myself, have a bit of a broken cortisol awakening response. I don't know if any of you guys can relate to this, but I often will wake up feeling like really nervous, really anxious, almost like I'm waiting for something to go wrong. Yeah, I don't know if any of you can relate to that. My morning routine, having been a long-time sufferer of this and other mental health issues with depression and anxiety and all this other lovely stuff that we get blessed with these days, is to do this morning routine. It helps bring me back to a baseline, okay? And the best part is anyone can do it and you can all start it from tomorrow. So what I'm gonna do is walk you through exactly what I do step by step. I'm not saying you have to do this, but I want you to think about whether you can implement this and what the cost of you not doing it would be. Quite often in life, you don't necessarily want to think about the benefit of doing something, but the opportunity cost of not doing something. Does that make sense? So step number one actually starts the day before, the night before. What you want to be doing, very simple one, is laying out the clothes that you're going to wear the next day. Then you want to be making sure that you're putting your phone on airplane mode. We talked about this in the sleep video. I would do that 30 to 60 minutes before you actually get into bed to aim to go to sleep. Because remember, we want to bring down the dopamine, bring down the cortisol. And if you're getting emails from your boss, or if you're scrolling TikTok, your cortisol, your dopamine are going to be absolutely wired. You're going to find it very hard to get to sleep. And then you want to make sure that your phone is out of reach of your bed. Now, this is very important because then when that alarm goes off in the morning, you actually have to physically get up and get out of bed to turn it off. In essence, you're removing the snooze functionality. I quite literally call the snooze button the dream killer. Not because it's killing your mental dreams, because it's killing your actual dreams, because you end up staying in bed for an extra 30 minutes. You then add on an extra 15 minutes that most guys spend scrolling their emails, their social media, whatever else they might be doing in bed in the morning, we all know. You think about the time that you're saving and you think about the energy that you are conserving. What you are doing is you are avoiding distraction and probably more importantly, you're avoiding negativity. So that is the very first thing that I want you to do, guys. No snoozing, no notifications, no negativity, nothing like that. And actually a little bonus one for you here. Once you've got into the habit of that, start setting your alarm a little bit earlier than you need to. Unless you have a crazy routine and you're already getting up at 4 a.m. or whatever it might be. Obviously, I don't want you getting up at 2 a.m. Nothing crazy like that. But let's just say you work a regular 9 to 5 and you leave the house normally at 8 a.m. For example, 7:30, whatever it might be, and you're getting up at 7 or 6:30. You can afford to push that back to 6. And what this allows you to do is it just gives you more time. It means you're not rushing. It means that you're turning up as a professional. We're men. We're meant to be professional. We want to be raising our standards, right, in life, across the board. And one of the easiest ways to do this is to give ourselves more time. And the best way, and then people say, oh, well, yeah, but that means I'm going to sleep less. No, you just go to bed 30 minutes earlier. I'm not talking about 2 hours earlier here. I'm just talking about 30 minutes. But these slight shifts, again, over time, they make such a big difference because the other big advantage you get in the morning is that nobody else is up. Nobody else is bothering you. You actually get a little bit of time to yourself. And it's amazing how much clarity you have when you don't have competing attention, when you don't have your phone on, when you've got nothing to do except this morning routine. It's amazing how good you can feel and also how much you can get done and how fast you can get it done because you're solely focused on one thing. Okay, so that is part number one. Part number two is the bit that is going to give you the most resistance, but it is also the bit that is going to give you the highest ROI, the highest return on investment. And that is a 45-second cold shower. Guys, I cannot tell you how beneficial this has been to my life. I never want to do it. It never gets any easier, but without doubt, every single day, 365 days a year, I get out of there with a smile on my face because you have this appreciation for the warmth, for the life, for putting on warm clothes straight after. If you're not already doing this, I guarantee you it is going to quite literally change your life. Now, I've tested everything up to 1.5 minutes. Personal opinion, I don't see much benefit past 45 seconds. But that being said, if you've never done it before, you don't need to go straight from 0 to 45 seconds tomorrow because that's just going to put you off. You're going to procrastinate. You're going to never get around to doing it. Just build up to it. It's a little bit like the first time you go to the gym. You don't go in and pick up the 50 kg dumbbells, do you? You go in and you start with the baby weights. Same with this. So maybe on day one, you just do 10 seconds, then 20, then 30. But you'll be amazed how quickly you can build up a tolerance to this, and you will be flabbergasted, for lack of a better word, by how much of an immediate impact this has on your mental health. Remember, the goal of the morning routine is to get you out of that fight or flight response, is to bring the cortisol down a little bit, but it's also to get you up, get you moving, get you energized, and get you focused, get you in the fucking game, boys. That's the goal. So that is part two. You're doing something hard. There's a common phrase you might have heard called eating the frog. This idea that you're doing something you don't want to do. I was just talking to Mike, one of my new clients, and I was saying he realized this because he runs his own business as well. And I was saying once you realize that there's a direct relationship between pain and success, you start going looking for pain. And it's so true. I see this in so many like high achieving guys who've like kind of done big milestones in their life. They realize that like if you can suffer through something that is difficult, something that you don't want to do, there is success on the other side of that because that is how you build character. That's the important thing here, guys. Remember what I said to you in day one. We're trying to detach from the old version of yourself. This is we're rebuilding yourself. You're getting rid of years, maybe even decades of bad habits, bad behaviors, bad thought patterns, and we're reinstalling the software. We're upgrading the software. The hardware is your body. That will follow. But first, we have to reinstall the software, your thought processes, your belief systems, the identity that you have, who you see yourself as. Because who you see yourself as will be a direct reflection of how the world sees you. Okay? So if you want people to see a better version of you, you have to see a better version of yourself. It's a little bit like what I said on day one about your goal. If you're too much of a pussy to be able to say your goal out loud, how the hell do you expect to ever be able to achieve it? Your goal is meant to sound a little bit mental to yourself, let alone to other people. But let those other people call you crazy. That's absolutely fine. But if you can't say your goal out loud, if you can't picture yourself in this position, how the heck do you expect to be able to achieve it? And little actions like this, cold showers, it's like a point for the new version of yourself. It's proof that you can do hard things. And that's what you need to do. Remember what I said? Just ask yourself, what's the hard thing that I've done today? If you ask that question every single day for 365 days, you literally won't even be the same person in a year. You will not look different, you won't sound different, you won't move in the same circles, you'll probably earn twice, maybe 3 times as much money, you'll probably live in a different place, you probably have ditched your missus. Like, your life will be completely different. Like 100% different, for the better. I got fired up there. That's part 2. Part 3, this is very important as well. Hydrate, and you want to do this with electrolytes, and you want to do it before caffeine. So most people don't realize that during sleep, we as human beings get very dehydrated through sweat and through breathing. So the first and most important thing we need to do once we've done our cold shower, which is, it's only the first minute of the day, is to rehydrate. Because that dehydration, it's not just causing brain fog and fatigue, it actually can cause low mood as well. So big glass of water or a shaker of water, whatever you want to use, and a lot of electrolytes in there as well. Okay, now plenty of electrolyte brands. I'm not going to get into that. If you want to send me the ones that you're using in the chat, I can look at them. But there's plenty out there. You don't really need to stress about the brand that you're using. I'd just rather you actually start doing it, because most people aren't doing that, okay? And that's just gonna wake you up way more effectively than the caffeine, all right? So that's 3. Number 4, we're gonna eat another frog now. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get down on the floor and you're gonna do 1 set of push-ups, or if you wanted to, you could do a set of air squats. Or what you could do is you could alternate. So maybe Monday you do the push-ups, Tuesday you do the air squats, and then you just keep rotating like that. So you're sort of saving the energy of the upper or lower body, or what it might be. The goal here is to do 1 more than you did the day before, up to about 50. Now 50 might sound like a crazy number, but I guarantee you, if you can only do 1 push-up today, you are 50 days away from being able to do 50. It's that simple. Your body will adapt. This is the power of progressive overload, like we talked about in the gym workout today. If you just continually push every day, 1 more than you did the day before, in 50 days, I can guarantee it, you will be on 50 push-ups. It's that simple. So what's that? That's pretty much the end, just coming up to the end of February, isn't it? So before the end of February, every single one of you should be able to do 50 push-ups in a row, straight, first thing in the morning. That's pretty cool. And that's the biggest benefit of it. It wakes you up, it gives you that little bit of a pump, it gets the blood flowing, it gets the brain juices going, and you just feel like a bit of a man. And again, it's another tick in the box for the new version of you. You're building the new identity. That's the most important thing here, guys. That's what we're trying to do. This is about constructing new belief systems. And also think about it this way. If the rest of your day is a complete shit show, everything goes off plan, your car breaks down, the missus breaks up with you, your boss shouts at you, you get fired from your job, everything goes wrong, at least you've done something. At least you've done something positive and constructive, and it's within your control. It requires no equipment. It takes 30 seconds or 50 seconds if you're doing 50. But I promise you, this is so powerful. Everyone can do it. Everyone should be doing it as well. I've had clients who started doing this and their sons have joined them. That's how cool this is. Even their daughters as well. That's how powerful this is. So you're not just doing it for you, you're doing it for your kids as well. And I guarantee you, they are absorbing everything that you do, positive and negative. So if they see you getting up early, having cold showers, doing push-ups, they're gonna think that you're a superhero. So if that's not motivation for you, I don't know what it is. So that's part 4. Part 5, finally, is to eat a high protein breakfast. We've already talked about the benefits of protein in multiple videos, and I'm sure you guys have watched thousands of videos talking about protein, but you wanna be aiming to get at least 30 grams of protein first thing in the morning. There's multiple ways to do this, whether it's through eggs or yogurt or salmon if you're feeling bougie. Of course, you've got the shakes as well. You could have a protein smoothie, whatever it might be. I'm sure you guys, most of you guys anyway, have already probably got your go-to protein source, but there's plenty out there. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out, okay? But this is obviously going to stabilize the blood sugar levels. It's going to prevent the mid-morning cravings, and it's going to prevent the mid-morning energy crashes as well. And then, of course, the overeating as well. What I do is I will, whilst I'm sitting right here, you can't quite see it, but I'm sitting on my little island here, I will stick YouTube on and I'll watch something motivational or something educational, or maybe I'll finish a video that I started the night before. And remember, my phone is still on airplane mode at this point, so no distractions, no negativity, no news, nothing like that. You know, they could have dropped a bomb down the road and I wouldn't know about it. Like, that's how important this is. And the other thing I'm doing when I have my breakfast is having my supplements. That's optional though. So those are the 5 things. We've got waking up with our phone out of arm's reach, keeping the phone on airplane mode. We've got the cold shower, we've got the hydration with the electrolytes, we've got the set of push-ups, and then lastly, we have the high protein breakfast. Now, that is the 15-minute morning routine. Once you've got it dialed in, it's gonna take you a little bit longer, day 1, obviously, because you're kind of like, oh, what am I doing here? Stumbling around in the dark, you know, getting your ducks in a row. But once you've got it nailed down, that's the first 15 minutes of your day. And just think about what you've done in 15 minutes. It's gonna take, most guys wouldn't even do it, but it's gonna take most guys twice, if not 3 times that time. Because A, they're either still lying in bed snoozing their alarm, or B, they're doing it half-assed, they're distracted, they're catching up on notifications, group chats, TikToks, emails from their boss, whatever it might be. And they're stressed out of their mind while they're doing it, so they're not even getting the benefit of it. So you're doing it in a third of the time and you're getting all of the benefit. And now that's the precursor to then getting out and moving. Whether this is a workout or whether this is your steps, I strongly encourage you, as and when you can, to get your workout done early. Again, we are front loading the pain, we are front loading the suffering, because guess what, guys? If you want to change, you're going to have to suffer. You're going to have to sacrifice. That is the very nature of all of this stuff. So you might as well get it out the way in the morning, because that means your evenings are free for whatever you want to do. So that's the biggest benefit. The other big benefit, though, that most guys don't talk about is the fact that you can essentially manage your cortisol better. Okay, so if we have a high cortisol morning, cold showers, push-ups, workouts, steps, whatever it might be, that means that your circadian rhythm is going to be much better in check, and it's going to come, your cortisol is going to come down nicely, and by the afternoon and the evening, your brain's going to be like, yep, we've achieved a lot today, we've done our job, we've been a man, we've hunted, because that's essentially what your ancestral brain is looking to do. It's looking to go out and hunt. It thinks we've hunted. Now we can lie down and we can get a good night's sleep. So your morning routine is creating this virtuous cycle. It's giving you momentum, it's giving you energy, and it's helping you move towards the version of yourself that you want to become. So if you anchor yourself to your morning routine and you make it a non-negotiable every single day, 365 days a year, and you make it part of that healthy lifestyle that we're trying to build, I promise you it is a complete game changer, guys. And for 15 minutes, it's an absolute no-brainer. I promise you, once you start doing it, the coolest thing about the morning routine is, unlike the tracking of the calories and the workouts, is the feedback, the positive feedback that you get is immediate. It's day one. Because you'll be sitting there, having had your breakfast, you've had a cold shower, you've got a bit of a pump on, you're feeling good about yourself, and you'll be like, I've got so much time, what do I do? Well, you go out, you get some steps in, you do a workout, and you suddenly realize that time was never a problem. You were distracted, you were snoozing in bed. And then also, when you snooze in bed and you're distracted, you feel worse for it. You feel more shame, you feel more guilt. You're like, I should have got up. Doug told me to get up and I didn't get up, I should have gotten up. It's so powerful, guys. It's so powerful. And as with everything, the key is the consistency. Yes, you're going to feel the benefit on day one, but don't think you've completed it just for doing it one day. Don't come on here tomorrow and say, I did it. Great. Do it every day. Come in and tell me in a week once you've done it, guys. Because honestly, it's going to improve the fat loss, your productivity, your performance at work, your relationships are going to improve, your kids are going to see you as a superhero. It's only upside. There's no downside. None whatsoever. You are doing what you were meant to do as a man. Boom. I am done. That was me for today. 2 tasks for tonight. No, 1, sorry. What day are we on? Day 6. Can't remember if I set the task. In the description, have I put the check-in? Or is that tomorrow? I'm losing track, guys. My brain is fried. I can't see the description. Let's have a look. So either tonight or tomorrow, I have set you a task to do your first weekly check-in. I am trying to load it up. I don't know if this is going to break the internet if I watch my own live. How's that going to work? Let's have a look. Yes, no, I did. I put it in. Okay. Weekly check-in. Link is in the description, guys. So the goal here is to review your first 7 days or 6 days or 6.5 days of January, your first week. You go in there, you literally just answer the 8 questions. The thing is, it's going to take you 1 minute. And then tomorrow, I will read out some of the answers on the live. So that's what I want you to do. And again, I promised you accountability. This is accountability. This is real coaching, guys. Okay? So get in there, do your check-in. Obviously, if you're one of my clients already, you don't need to do this because you're doing weekly check-ins with me already. But if you're not, and you want to get a bit of a taste of what it's like working with a coach, do this. I promise you. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to look at the answers tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to looking at the answers, actually. It's talking about what's your biggest win, what's your biggest lesson, how's your sleep been, did you work out, did you track your calories, did you get your steps in? We're asking all these questions, the hard questions that you've got to look yourself in the face and say, yeah, I did do that, I didn't do that. But then most importantly, it's going to ask you to look at what you want to focus on going into next week, the next 7 days. We're going to do this check-in every 7 days. So we've got 4 check-ins come up, and I'm going to look out for you guys. I'm going to see how you're progressing. I want to see real, measurable improvement. That's what coaching actually looks like, guys. It's looking at the data and saying, this is going in the right direction, this is going in the wrong direction. So this is what we want to fix and get you back on track. And I promise you, when you've got the data in your own hands, you won't be thinking emotionally. You'll be like, I don't know what's going wrong. You'll have the evidence as to what's going well and what's going wrong. So task number 1, do your check-in. Task number 2, I was going to say, come up with your own morning routine. To be honest with you, I think of the whole thing of the morning routine and what I just took you through. I actually want to set you a challenge of doing a cold shower tomorrow. I want every single one of us to do a cold shower tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow night I want you to come on and tell me how damn good it felt. I promise you, you're all going to feel so damn good. And that's so cool to me, to think that we're all like doing this together, and like it will motivate me to do it as well. And trust me, like I say, it never gets any easier. I've been doing it like 2 years now. Trust me, it's all good. Okay, let's revert to the chat, guys. Okay, where are we at? Washington State, sunny Florida, Felixstowe. Full screen the video, let's lock in. You know the drill, my brother. Love it. David's here, Oregon, Daytona, Ohio, British Columbia. What's up, Mr. Bud? How we doing, brother? Boom, boom, boom. Finally made it to the live stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Montana, North Carolina. Is that NC, North Carolina? I'm hoping. Northern Nevada, love it. Got rid of the leftover holiday treats. Well done. Brilliant. Love that. Threw out my kids' cereal because I love Lucky Charms. Love it, man. Mr. Bud, that is incredibly generous of you, my friend. Thank you so much, my man. Very nice of you. Russell went to bed earlier and the dog slept. See, even the dogs are getting in on it. The dogs are locked in. I love it, brother. My wife and I cleared our pantry and the fridge on January the 1st. Turned off social media 1 hour before. Bro, that is 2 brilliant changes. How are you feeling from that? I'd love to know. Watching from Northamptonshire, love it. Implemented the sleep regime. Well done, Phil. That's brilliant, mate. Well done. I've got a pair of blue light blocking glasses now. Wear them every night. Awesome. So that's one of those where you'll start to see and feel the effects potentially within 3 days, maybe about 7. The biggest effects you should feel is not necessarily falling asleep, but more when you wake up. Hopefully you should feel more rested, because ideally you will have had more deeper sleep, essentially. That's the goal, really. It's not necessarily to sleep longer, it's to be able to sleep better. So think of it more of a quality control thing. 20 minutes at 3 miles per hour on the treadmill every morning. Love that, my brother. Well done. Bogdan, how lovely to meet you. Lovely to see you, man. Well done. Yes, man. Cold shower 100% every morning and after training. Good, man. I'm doing after training. I do 4 days a week. I do ice baths in the gym. Now that is a whole nother level. I tell you, I was just talking to my client there, Mike, about that, and I was saying, like, when you're in the ice bath, you can't think about anything else because you're quite literally dying. You're going into hypothermia, but it's so good. You get out and you're just like, it's such a good feeling. And a touch of lemon juice. Nice. Never been a fan of that, but yep, absolutely works. No doubt about that. You mentioned supplements. What supplements do you reckon? Well, Mikey, stay tuned, my friend, because there is a whole video coming up about supplements. Checked it. Good. Checked in. Epic. Great sermon, Deacon Doug. Yes, my man. Loving these lives. Frosty, yeah, man. Today, even here, right? So I live where I'm in Marbella, so southern Spain. You can look it up on a map if you're not aware. I know you guys in the States are geographically challenged, shall I say? But no, check it out. We're literally like 20 miles away from Africa, and today it was 2 degrees. This is like unheard of. Like it's not snowed here, but it snowed in the mountains. The Spanish are freaking out. They don't know what to do. They've never seen snow in their life. It's crazy. So yeah, but I seen the UK is like minus fucking 10 today or something, so that's crazy. California, very jealous. I expect the weather is epic there. Definitely not jealous of Canada. My brother, I bet you are cold. Like, tell me, what's the temperature there? You must be like minus 20 or something. Sleeping so much better. There you go, my man. And the sleeping better, the downstream benefits of that is just the better mood, the better energy, the productivity, like the way that the benefits compound over the weeks and the months. You look back on like, at the end of March, let's say, after 90 days, you look back and you're like, I've achieved more in 90 days than I did the whole year of 2025. And then you start to hit yourself. You're like, oh my God, why didn't I fix this years ago? And it's not your fault. We're in these patterns, we're in these habits, and we just have to break them. And this is kind of what I've been saying about breaking free from the old version of ourselves to the new version, man. North Carolina, boom, I got it right, awesome. You are officially at Mr. Messy Middle too. Love that. Yeah, the messy middle. It's a real thing, man. It's that psychological trap I see a lot of my clients go through a lot of the time as well. Like, you'll see guys, they'll lose a substantial amount of weight. Let's say I've been working with them for 3 months and they lose 20 pounds. Rough, let's just say. Quite often there'll be a month where you see quite a bit of a plateau, and that's normal. And I think it's almost like your brain has to like change gear a little bit, and it's almost like it needs a bit of a break, because it's just like you put so much mental focus into it, you almost like, you have to breathe, and then you reset, and then you go again. And that's exactly how you should be doing it. You should be thinking about a car changing gears. Like, first gear is just get moving, do anything. It doesn't really matter where you start. I mean, someone asked me the other day about this, like, wasn't sure where to start. Start anywhere you want. Don't procrastinate by thinking there's a perfect place to start or anything, because there isn't. Just start somewhere.